Now, electric cars are all well and good, but there is an elephant in the room. You see, these days you've got practical electric cars, luxury electric cars, super speedy electric cars, lovely. But there is still yet to be an electric car that is just a pure, simple sports car, because they're all just a little bit big and a little bit heavy to be properly fun.
But wait, the time might have finally come for an EV that gets us going like the sports car icons of yesteryear, and it comes from Polestar.
It's a bit nice, isn't it? This is the Polestar O2 concept, and we may well be having a first look at the sports car of the future. Now, it is a concept car for now, but don't let that fool you, because there's a chance that we might be seeing these on the roads in the next few years, because Polestar haven't actually ruled out the possibility of making a production version of this car, and that makes me very, very happy. This is a 2+2 Roadster, and it shares the same underpinnings as the Porsche Taycan rivaling Polestar 5, and I want one.
Polestar's new architecture could potentially allow some pretty dazzling performance figures, as we'll find out later. First though, it's worth having a poke around that gorgeous bodywork.
Now here's the thing, right? Polestar have already showed that they're willing to do production versions of their concept cars without watering them down. Because have a little look at these. These are the leaked images of the upcoming Polestar 5 Saloon, which, let's be honest, looks very, very similar to the Polestar Precept. So if they do the same with this, and this stays the same, and ends up in showrooms, I mean, it's going to turn my legs to jelly. Let's be honest, because it's absolutely blooming beautiful. Short overhangs, the design is so sleek, very little lines, it's turning heads without even trying to turn heads, because it doesn't have to try to turn heads. It's got a 400mm shorter wheelbase to the Polestar 5, so it's about the same length as like a BMW 4 Series, if you will. Convertible, hardtop, oh, and engineered right here in the UK. Mwah! That was Italian. What's the UK version of that? Lovely.
Riding on Polestar's newly developed aluminium EV platform from the 5, the O2 could pack a serious punch, in theory. The brand Saloon can produce up to 872 brake horsepower and 900 newton meters of torque from a dual motor setup. Oh, crikey. It's difficult to judge what kind of range the O2 could have, but it would use Polestar's 800-volt electrical system for fast charging. Now, the firm have previously said that it wouldn't chase huge range figures by fitting big heavy batteries, and that sounds good for a sports car.
Now, I'm not going to let myself get all hot and bothered about the figures, because a proper sports car, one that you can enjoy on the British roads, doesn't need loads of power because you can't use it. And straight line speed gets a bit boring after a while. That's why we're hoping off the back of that maybe they'll release just a simple rear-wheel drive single motor version, then you can just let your hair down and have the time of your life and just enjoy all the touchy stuff like your steering wheel and your seat and your pedals. Speaking of which, the interior is quite a nice design, isn't it? I mean, obviously we can't judge this fully because this is still a concept car, but I like the portrait screen that we've got in here, and it seems like a really lovely layout of having the digital wing mirrors, and the screens are going to be just in here as well. I mean, it's quite lovely. Oh, this is worth pointing out. Back here, this is only on the concept version. I very much doubt they're going to put this on the production version eventually if it does come out. But a drone comes out here and then it hovers above the car, and then you can film yourself driving, because this is the world we're living in right now. But I mean, that would be awesome for me. Whether it will work on the M25, I don't know, but I like it.
Oh, here's some cool science stuff for you, right? Conventionally, vehicle interiors consist of a wide variety of materials. At the end of the vehicle's life, these combinations are quite hard to separate, making it extremely difficult to recycle them back to their original quality, and using lots of energy in the process. Now, in contrast, all of the soft components of the Polestar O2 interior are made from one base material, highly recyclable thermoplastic. Welcome to the future, folks.
This thing has all the ingredients that we've been waiting for. It is a drop-top electric car. It's not too big. It's lovely to look at. It should be nice to drive if we judge it by Polestar's previous form. Now, if they manage to keep the weight down and don't enter the horsepower race, they could be onto a winner. This could be the sports car of the future. And judging by the fact that the Polestar 5 is due to be released in 2025, if they release this, it'll be just after that. So then that is plenty of time for me to save my pennies. Okay, I'll start now.